Hello YouTube, my name is Lucas. Most people call me Luke. Probably know me by my screen name on here, Scaminy. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe anytime during this video or like it. It's up to you, I suppose. I'm not really here to talk about anything specifically, such as, politics, religion, how to date, anything like that, because there's no point in it. I mean, it's been done a million times. I'm just here to provide a little bit of insight on my personal experiences when it comes to dealing with life, I suppose. The ups, the downs, goods, the bads, the things that really matter. The things that should matter. A lot of people don't take into account that they matter a lot more than we think, such as family. I have a good family, I believe, in their own way. They're always caring, they're always there for you. Typical, house in suburbia family. I recently moved out of my mom's about almost a year ago, after living with her for about a half a year out of college. I was living up a little bit west of here. I'm from Wisconsin, so I was living in Minnesota at the time with a friend of mine. And basically, during the half a year that I was living with her, it kind of made me realize how much I really had it good there. You got the hot meals every night. You got the food in the fridge. You got the clean towels. You got the toothpaste. All that stuff that you need, plus more. Parents provide you with some great things. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be here to tell everybody this is how you should live your life. This is how you should look at it. This is just how I feel. This is just how I'm looking at it in my perspective. I mean, I'm going to start with my family. Depending on how this video does, looking at it, maybe I'll provide some other stuff, with my past relationships, stuff like that. I'm here mostly just to talk about, things that should be talked about. A lot of people don't take into account how much your family really matters until most of them are gone. I had a cousin by the name of Jerome. About 4 years ago almost, he died in a freak, what the cops said was a freak accident. Something that was very, very unexpected, to say the least. He wasn't just a cousin. When you say your cousin, you think of, they're like your second brothers and sisters. They're the people that you can talk to. They're the people that you hang out with, you grow up with, being as they're your mom or your dad's, or both. They're your mom or your dad's sisters, or brothers, kids, anything like that. And I mean, they're great people. They're good people to have in your life. And he was more of a brother than a cousin. I'd say, if anything, he was probably closer to me than most of my family is, which is saying something, because it wasn't just the fact that he was closer. It was the fact that whenever I needed somebody, or whenever I just wanted to let loose. I mean, he was a big nature guy. He loved going out into the woods, go fishing, hunting, all that stuff. And I mean, he could survive in the wild for days and weeks on end with nothing more than a pocket knife. I mean, he's crazy. Well, he was crazy, When he passed away, it was, like I said, unexpected. And I noticed something when he passed away. When somebody passes away in your family, everybody is distraught. Everybody is, oh my God, how did this happen? Could we have done something? Could we do this? Could we do that? And I gotta stop right there, everybody. Because there's people who, like my family, majority of them anyway, aside from my actual blood brother, and actually that's probably about it, and me, who really weren't just like, oh, how could this happen? Because we understood, you know, we understood why it happened. It just happened. God or whoever took him away for whatever reason. And we understood that, but the rest of the family was, you know, oh, I'm so sorry, this and the other thing. They kept in contact with my aunt and uncle for, you know, a couple weeks, and that was it. Because in their mind, it's the whole life moves on. You got to keep going. You still go to work. You still go home. You still eat dinner. You do all those things that you did in your daily routine. Everything goes back to normal. But for those two people that had it most affected by them by their only child passing away, everything changed. Their daily routine was incorporated around that person. He was only 19. He wasn't even out of the house yet, you know. Most kids leave at 18. He was, you know, doing his job. He was paying rent there. Figured, you know, I might as well live with my parents since, you know, me and my dad have a good bond. We go hunting and fishing, and we, you know, play games and, you know, stuff like that together. And that's all great, you know. That is a great thing. That's a great bond to have with your father. And what really upsets me, I suppose, is how everybody just kind of cut, you know, 3 weeks after he passed away. Aside from me and my brother, and obviously the two most affected by it, and his best friend, who became my best friend after, you know, he passed away. Me and him, his name's Matt, me and him bonded beyond all belief, you know, at work, at school, at home, wherever it was. We did, you know, went on hikes together. We did things together that, you know, him and my cousin would do. And it formed a stronger bond because I am, in a sense, my cousin. Maybe not him all the way, because, you know, obviously he was a big nature guy. You know, you know, thin, tall, you know, kind of scraggly, but he always was just the nicest person you could probably ever talk to. You could talk to him about anything. Anything. He wouldn't judge you. Even if you were a stranger and didn't know you, he wouldn't give a shit. He would just look at you and sit down, grab the nearest can of Mountain Dew he could find, and just start drinking and listening. I suppose, you know, the biggest thing that I'm trying to get across here is you think about things all the time. We always do, all of us. We all think about things. We all have things running through our mind. We all have that moment that you think back to middle school, that embarrassing thing you did, or, you know, we think about in our subconscious about things that really just bother us about other people. But when it comes right down to it, consistently going back up to my aunt and uncle's house for, you know, a couple months with my brother, and, you know, I didn't do it all the time. I'm guilty of it too, about cutting out. But I made a little bit more of an effort. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm better than anybody else by any means, but that's what I felt like I had to do at the time, was be there for them for that amount of time. And after that, you know, I still talk to them on a weekly basis at least. I'm not big into fishing and hunting and stuff like that. It's not my thing, so I don't really go out. But my brother does. You know, he's into that stuff, and, you know, that's great. That's awesome. And I guess, you know, after he passed away, there were a lot of times in my life that I felt depressed and, you know, suicidal, things like that. Things that, you know, it was just like one event after another, just cutting me down, just killing me. And I can't tell you the amount of times that, you know, I've had a knife to my throat, or, you know, a gun to my head, or a rope around my neck, something. And every time something stopped me, something made me go and just snap, just like that, back to reality. Here I am. What the hell am I doing? I'm not that kind of person. A lot of people who know me, when I tell them this, they are shocked, because I'm a funny guy to them. I'm very upbeat. I'm very, you know, in your face, not overly fucking like annoying, but I'm there. I'm there for you. If you need me, call me. If you need me, text me. If you need me, do whatever you got to do to get a hold of me. If you got to come knock on my apartment window that is on the lower level of this building, do it. If it's 3 in the morning, if it's 3 in the afternoon, you see my car outside, you see me walking in, grab me. Tell me, hey, Lucas, I need to talk to you for a minute. Something's bothering me. Or, you know, hey, let's go get a cup of coffee. Something. Because something as simple as that can change someone's life forever. That can make that you going out and getting that cup of coffee with them, you taking a walk with them and just talking to them, going on a drive, whatever you got to do, just listen. Sometimes that's all people need. And I can tell you, you know, there's friends of mine who have killed themselves. There's friends of mine who have tried. And I remember one time in high school specifically where a friend of mine, you know, called me on my phone and said, hey man, you know, he was crying, he was freaking out. He's going, what the hell, man? What's going on? You know, I don't know what to do anymore. And, you know, he comes from a really bad household with, you know, drug-abusing parents, self-abusing parents who abuse him too. And he's just wondering, what the fuck am I going to do, you know? And he tried to kill himself, and I said, you don't fucking do that. This was at 2 in the morning on a school night. You know, I had to be to school in 4 hours just like him. But I walked, you know, 2.5 miles to his house just to see him, just to talk to him, just to make sure he's okay. And that saved him. I believe it saved him. I don't know if it did. Maybe it did. Maybe he was bluffing. Maybe he was going, you know, I just need attention. But even if that's all they need, give it to them. Take 5 minutes out of your day. What's that gonna be to you? Nothing. That's nothing to me. It's nothing to anybody else. It's 5 minutes, but to them that's everything. Those 5 minutes that you spent eating a sandwich with them while you're talking to them, or, you know, sitting down playing a game and just chatting, whatever it is, that right there, that can make the world different. That can make that person different, that family, so they don't have to go through it. Now, like I said, I'm not saying this is how everybody should be. This isn't how everybody should act. This isn't how everybody should talk, blah, blah, blah. You know, the normal shit that gets put on here, on YouTube. You know, I see how to get over depression, how to get over this, how to get over that. And I tell you, you know, just listen. Just listen for 1 minute. Even if it's sitting down in a restaurant on your own, just listen to people. Just listen to them. Just hear what they have to say. The way they move, their body language, everything. Just listen to them, and you'll find that it's so much different out there if people just take a moment, stop, and listen. Plain and simple. No, like I said, I'm not going to go on, you know, for hours and hours and rant over and over again. Hey, this is how you should be. Hey, this is how you shouldn't be. This, that, and the other thing. I'm just going to sit here and plainly say, this is what I believe. As a human being, from one human being to the however many are going to view this, to the millions of people out there that could possibly view this, to anybody else, this is how I feel. This is what I believe as a human being to another one. Just listen every once in a while. You could save somebody's life. You could be better. You know, you could feel better about it. Just helping people. We don't do it enough. You know, I don't see it enough. And I don't come from a big city. I don't live in a big town. I live in a moderately decent area in America, I guess, you know? And when I look around and I see people, it's tough for me not to go, you know, what's wrong with them? Because there's always something. Always something. Whether it's that dude who cut you off in traffic while you're on your way to work, or, you know, you spilled your coffee on your pants. There's, you know, your kid mouthed off to you before you went to work. Anything, you know? It could be anything. And maybe they just need to talk about it for a minute. You know, my kid's out of line. It bothers me. I don't know what to do. Don't give them, obviously, help advice. Just be like, hey, thanks for letting me know that, you know? Like, now I understand why you're upset. If you just vent your frustrations, I mean, I've had people vent their frustrations to me, best friends of mine, throw shit at me, swear at me, call me fat, stupid, ugly, you're a fucking piece of shit, I hate you. Because I'm sitting there and I'm not pushing them, but I'm just being like, listen, I'm here. I am here for you. That is plain and simple, black and white. That's what I'm doing. And if you don't fucking like it, too bad. I don't want you to make a mistake. I don't want you to go too far. Because nothing you say, I know you're not mad at me. I know you're not mad at me. You're mad at someone else. I can't take that personally. And if I do, that's my own fucking fault, you know? People get mad, you know, ooh, my friend called me a piece of shit the other day. And? You ever think that maybe something at his home, maybe there's something mad with him? I mean, there are people out there who are just assholes. You just want to sit there and fucking be like, hey, you're a piece of shit, I fucking hate you. And they don't even know you. I'm not talking about those people. If those people come up and say that to you, then you fucking say something back, because you don't know them. They're complete fucking strangers. I'm talking friends, best friends, normal friends, acquaintances, people you know. If you know their first name, you know they're not mad at you. Because if they were mad at you, they'd fucking look you in the eyes and be like, "This, you're the reason why I'm pissed off." But never once have I ever helped somebody or listened to them or talked to them have they said, "Lucas, this is your fucking fault, fuck you." I've never heard that in my life. Ever. Because they're not mad at me. And at the end of it, whether they cry, whether they get really quiet, whether they're, you know, turn around and get happy, or whether they're really sad, anything, whatever it is, I always look at them and I go, I know, I understand. Because you explained. You relayed your feelings to me. You showed me your emotions. That's all you can do. I don't expect anything else out of you. But if there's something wrong, I'm going to make damn sure that if it's not that first time I talk to you, that it's the next time I talk to you, that we get that figured out together. Because that's how it should be. That's how it should be. That's how I believe it should be. That's my life, though. I mean, that's the way I live it. Once again, you can live your life however the fuck you want. Just know that that one person who texts you out of nowhere and says, "Dude, can I talk?" and you say no, you never know, man. Nobody knows. Nobody can understand the feeling when you're at that point. When you're at that point with whatever tool you have to finally end your existence on this planet. Just say something. That's it. I mean, that's all I gotta say. I mean, that's it for this first video. Like I said, based on how this is, I mean, next time, you know, I'm gonna keep fucking making them, plain and simple. Next time I can talk about something completely different. Maybe it's something not as serious, you know? You don't know until you watch it. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Plain and simple. But I want to thank you all for watching. Whoever is out there, the millions of people across this world, you know, billions watching. I hope that maybe you take something away from it, or maybe you think, well, what if I call my friend right now and make sure he's alright? Or she, or whoever. Maybe my brother needs help. Something. It's all up to you. I mean, live your life how you want. Me, I'm going to be the one to pick up the phone. I'm going to be the one to answer that message. I'm going to be the one to do this, do that. Because that's who I am. That's who I am. As a human being, that's who I am. So if you ever need it, now everybody's got access, I guess, huh? If this doesn't get lost in the weird part of YouTube, you know, with all the fucking weird shit. Just message me. You need anything? Go for it. You want to make fun of me by looking at me and making this video? By all means, go for it. I know you're not mad at me. You're not mad at me. And that's the way I'm going to take it. That's the way I've always taken it. You're not upset at me. It's been about 20 minutes. Been ranting on and on. Sorry. But, you know, it's the first video I've ever made. Ever. I don't know. I don't know how to do this yet. The only way I can get better at it and get those shorter videos with my point across, practice. Practice makes perfect. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you very much for listening if you watched the whole thing. And, you know, have a great rest of your night, great rest of your morning, whenever you're watching this. See ya.